Ready to start this off?
Do it.
Podcast. Two guys talking without wearing pants. Podcast. You can take our ideas.
Welcome back to the Pantless podcast. Here's your host, Austin and Travis. Take it away, guys. Yeah, it's going on. Stop.
What's
What?
man? It feels like this is gonna be a rough one.
I think all
Everything
of them are
leading
rough
up,
ones.
everything. Well, I mean, rougher than normal. So I had, in honor of our tradition that we've done one time, I had me some eggnog
Oh, yeah.
that I decided to spill all over the place right before we start recording. So
Oh, is that
I
that
do not have
death
eggnog.
noise I heard? Is that what I heard?
Yeah,
Dying over there?
the clink 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 and me going ah. Yeah, like
Okay,
I don't know how much of it got on the floor, if any.
but none
I
of it's
tried to
going to make it in
protect
your
it.
mouth.
Right, I think there's a little bit. I got a little bit.
I was sitting
That's it.
here. I was sitting here this morning and I went, I didn't grab any eggnog. So I don't have any. There's going to be none for me. So,
Well, that's fine. Yeah.
how's it been going? Nice and warm out there for you?
Yeah. It was I think it was a record today. A record. We almost got to 1 degree. No, I'm kidding. We did. We got to 1 degree. Yay us. But I was able to get to work in time, and the person who got my name for Secret Santa was like, I don't know if I'll see you again. And they gave me my Secret Santa present, and they are a subscriber to our show, and look at this.
Oh, I'd heard about that.
It's got my name tag on there, has my name, and it has our logo. I'm like, that is really cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I heard rumor about that. Hey, check your phone for a minute.
Oh gosh, what happened? Oh my goodness.
It's going to be the next thing we're talking about here in a minute. Eat anything good today? This week?
Man, I've had so much good. Ooh, that looks delicious.
Yeah, that's what I had at that Baja Jack's. That's a Anaheim Roleno. It's like I thought it was gonna be more like a chili Roleno. You know, like where they take the Anaheim pepper and they stuff it with cheese.
Yeah.
That action. Stuff it with cheese. And then they deep fry it. They batter it and deep fry it. But no, that's just like a flayed out Anaheim pepper. It was almost more like a stuffed bell pepper. But like Mexican style. It was
Right.
It was stupid good. What else did I have? We had our patented belt yesterday for dinner last night. It's a BLT, it's a BLT, but
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
egg, lettuce, tomato.
Nice.
We ate some belts.
Nice.
Had some good food.
I had a tater tot casserole. Delicious. I love it. It's one of my faves.
Like fat guy food right there.
Oh yeah.
Chili,
I didn't get
chili
this
and tater tots?
beautiful figure. Not chili. It's like a cream of chicken with rice, tater tots, cheese, bacon. Yeah, it's delicious.
I like doing the tater tots with Wolf brand chili and cheese.
Ooh, yay.
Instead of do the Velveeta cheese over the top. Yeah.
Mm.
That's fat guy food.
Anything with chili and Velveeta cheese over the top is... You could probably put that on something terrible and it would make it awesome. Like Brussels sprouts. I hate Brussels sprouts.
Only if
But
they're
if you were
steamed. I love steamed Brussels sprouts, but I don't like them cooked any other way. Like on ramen.
Right?
Steamed Brussels sprouts are good, but don't like them any other way.
Yeah, no. I think I would like it with some Wolf brand chili and some Velveeta.
I'll have to make that up and bring it to you.
Yeah,
I'm willing
do it.
I'm going to have to steam them first, and then...
Okay. Oh, goodness. But yeah, good times.
So, it was a good food week. Let's get into some Pokemon news.
Okay, what kind of Pokemon news do we have? You completed the decks,
I
right?
did complete my Pokedex, and I did a little bit of egg hatching
Yeah.
that day, and then I haven't touched it since, and that was like Monday or Tuesday.
Got to get with you, and you can help me complete my decks.
It's one of those deals where I completed my Pokedex and went, like what I always do. I complete the decks and then go, I guess I'm done with this game forever now. Except, okay, so nobody cares what starts. So Cerebi.net is saying the next Pokemon Scarlet Violet Terra Raid Battle event has been announced. This was announced like last week, but we weren't recording. Focuses on the Pokemon Delibird, runs from December 23rd through the 25th.
Okay.
Then,
Shiny chance?
because I don't.
Because, I mean, otherwise, who wants a Delibird? Who cares about...
It should be potential for a shiny, because it's Delibird's in the game, so you can get shiny Delibird natively in the game. So,
but I'm wondering if it's going to be increased chances, because otherwise, who cares?
Don't know. That's not the one that I really care about. The one I care about is the one that starts December 30th.
Okay.
Because that one's ending. I think that one... No, that one ends on the 25th. That one only runs for 2 days. December 30th through January 1st, and then starting back up the 13th through the 15th, the next 7-star Terra Raid battle has been announced. Cinderace.
Ooh, that's cool.
He's not doing it. You can't... This will be the only... It's like the Charizard.
Yeah. Because that was pretty interesting. With Charizard, there's not a Dex entry for Charizard.
No.
It's just it's in your box, but there's no Pokedex.
Did you egg him down and get the...
I haven't.
Okay, yeah, because that's the first thing I did when I caught mine. I think I sent you a Charmander, didn't I?
I think you did, yeah. Yeah, you sent me a Charmander.
Because just the one you catch in the 7-star has the Mightiest Mark. Has a mark on it called the Mightiest Mark. And it's a level 100 with all perfect... it's perfect. And I use him in raid battles. Because all his stats are just stupid. And looks like this one, it looks like it's a fighting Terra type Cinderace. So what basically everything I've read is that you could use your Azumarill and my Fluttermane should be spot on perfect to fight this as well. So we should be good. Yeah. Oh yeah, because fighting is weak against Fairy, so
nice.
Should be good to go. Excited for it.
Yeah, let's take it down.
I'm hoping that the drops are just as good as the Charizard.
Those were insane.
I did like 4 of
what?
them.
Golly.
Across all the events. Oh, other Pokemon news that we haven't talked about. Did you hear they're killing off Ash in the animated series?
I did hear that he's no longer going to be the star.
They're retiring him in the series. Like, he will no longer... Yeah, technically they said he'll no longer be the main character focus going forward after whatever... I think...
Yeah, there's I think they said 11 more episodes is what I heard.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and so whatever this season is... this is his final season, and there's only 11 more episodes. I mean, honestly, I don't think it's got to the States yet. I think out of
I think it's still in Japan.
40-something, Netflix has the first 12 episodes, but in Japan, they're already in episode 50-something. But I thought that was interesting, that Netflix has Pokemon that is putting out Pokemon episodically. That's weird.
I guess we missed a lot of gift codes.
No, I need gifts.
Nah, these are bad ones though.
Oh, okay.
These I've seen now 2 on Sarah that ended on the 18th. One, it's all for sandwich ingredients. gives you curry powder, rice noodles, cheese, egg, and then the other one is banana cream, gives you whipped cream. So it's like all the ingredients to make a specific sandwich.
Okay.
I think did I send you the one for like the 20,000 league points?
Ooh, I think you did, but I never redeemed it. When does that end? Or is it
was
over?
already done.
Dang it. Yeah, you did.
That was
I'm
an
pretty
old
sure you
one.
sent me that.
That one ended. No, you can still get that one. The Ready for Raid. I think that's the one I got. That may be a new one. No.
Did you ever redeem your Mars Shadow? You've got
No.
like 9 days.
Do I need to do that before the end of the year?
Yes.
Because I still have my Volcanion and Genesect to do, and then the one that you sent me the picture of. Yeah, Ready for Raid. That's the one. Which the 20,000 league points. Who cares? I've got like 500,000 league points.
Yeah.
You get so much of it.
Yeah, I think I've made 4 TMs, and I've never used it as money. So
I zeroed it out a couple times at the shop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, not me. I only use it for TMs, and I don't buy TMs.
The TM system wasn't as awesome as I thought it would be. I will admit that. Did it feel like there were less TMs in this game?
Yes. Yeah, and you can't make all of them either. So and I don't know what determines
when you can
if it's because one time just recently, I found a TM, and then I got a message saying you can now create more TMs at the TM shop. But I can't create all TMs that I found. And so it's like you have to have found a certain amount for a certain amount to unlock, and that it's weird. It's not perfect.
So I didn't realize they dropped like a bunch of gifts that all expired. They dropped like 6 or 7 codes that all expired on the 18th. And they're all like sandwich stuff. Which, did you ever figure out the easy way to get eggs in this game? It's actually very, very easy to do. I actually prefer it to the old games. Basically, you go to the town that I can't remember because I don't know any of the names of the towns. The Psychic Gym town down on the bottom corner. The sandwich shop in that town that sells already made sandwiches. There's a sandwich for 2,700 coin, or whatever the hell you use. That'll give you Egg Power 2 for 30 minutes. And you just eat that, because you'll eat it immediately. You go out, you kind of round the corner from that shop. There's like a lane, and you go up, and it puts you right out of the town. Drop a picnic, and if you have, I have a South America. I think I have a South American Ditto. It just says SA. I assume South America. I don't know, but it lets me do the Masuda method because it's a different region than I am. So I get my Ditto and whatever I'm looking, like my Charizard. Have only those 2 in your party, and you just set a picnic, and you sit there and wait. And every minute and a half, just check that basket that's on the ground. And you have like a certain percent chance to get between 0 and 5 eggs every minute and a half.
Do you get all the eggs at once, or you have to grab an egg, and come back, grab an egg, grab an egg?
You just stay in that picnic. I think eggs will only appear if you're in the picnic.
Right, but will you ever open the basket and they'll be like, "Oh, there's 3 eggs in here"?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I opened the bat because, like I said, every Egg Power 2, I think I watched Austin John Plays. He tested this, and I want to say he said with Egg Power 2, an egg will drop in the basket every minute. Once the whatever the dice roll behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Dice roll between 0 and 5 eggs once every minute.
Okay.
Now I don't know if it dice rolls and puts an egg in there and you don't check it and like the 2-minute mark goes by. If it rolls again and could put another, I don't know. Because sometimes I'll check the basket and it'll have like 3 eggs in it.
Okay.
And I think in like a 15-minute span, I think I got like 30 eggs. But you don't have to go anywhere. And then Flame Body still works to hatch. I'm trying to get a shiny Magikarp currently. I want a red Gyarados.
Yeah, I've tried a few times to acquire a Ditto with a different language. Hasn't worked yet.
How have you been doing?
But I've been doing that trick.
That's the 448-448.
Yeah, what it's 0212-0212.
No, that's for the starters. I think the Ditto is 448-448.
0448?
Yes, 0448.
Oh, interesting. Because I've been using 0212 because that's its Pokedex entry, and 0212, and I've been getting people, but they're all English.
Yeah. No,
they're all English-speaking Dittos. And it seems like it works because that's what it doesn't. Almost always, it's an immediate pop-up, like somebody's doing it too, but it's never. It's even the people from another. I'll have somebody from Japan, but they're like, "Here, you want this English-speaking Ditto?" I'm like, "Why are you giving me an?" And it's I've paired up with Koreans, with people from Japan, and it's crazy how many.
Yes, it took me a while. It took me at least 30 minutes of trying with and at least the good, I have noticed the good thing that as soon as the other person sees me push up an English Ditto, it's almost like a race to see who can quit first.
Yeah, it is. I've noticed that. It's
funny. You'll get like the same person like 3 times in a row, and you're like, stop it.
Yeah. If that happens, if I get the same person twice in a row, I stop. Like that, I'm like, I'm not even going to try again right now. I'm going to let them find somebody, and then I'll come back later.
I will admit it's so much nicer that the game actually remembers the last code you used.
Yeah, that makes it way nicer
You
than.
have to sit there and type it in every time.
Can you imagine how awful it would be?
Breaking news?
None, sir.
All right. Skip glass.
None.
I don't think I had anything either. Who won the World Cup?
Argentina.
Yeah, they did.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch any of it.
Oh my gosh, it was fantastic. That matchup was crazy.
It went into penalty kicks, didn't it?
Yeah. What was wild? I think they said it's the second time ever in a World Cup championship. I think it was second or third.
Okay.
It's pretty rare. But Argentina went up by 2 early on. They scored first twice in the first half, in the first 30-something minutes, and were selling along. And then in like the 80th minute,
France.
Other people, France, they come back. They're Bouquet de Pepe or whatever his name is, scores 2 goals. I think his name's Mbappe or something, but I call him Bouquet de Pepe. But he scores 2 goals to tie it up and puts Argentina on the ropes. Argentina hangs on by like a shoelace because their goalie makes an amazing, does the splits and saves a goal and sends it into extra time. And then Messi scores his second goal of the game,
as he should,
to put them up 3-2. And now, since he did that, him and Boca de Pepe now have the same amount of goals in the World Cup as the most. Like, they're tied for the most. And then Boca de Pepe comes in and scores another goal to tie it up. Hits the hat trick on a penalty kick. Takes the lead with him and Messi. Now he's one more goal in the World Cup than Messi. And then they end up holding on, sending into penalty kicks, and Argentina just dominates. They kick 4 in a row, and France hits 2 out of 4, and so they're like, oh, Argentina wins. It was insane. Yeah. Exciting as all get out.
I didn't realize, and I should have, because I was a fan of Argentina back in the day. I never realized that they had never won one. I always just thought they did.
Right. I think they've been to the finals before, but they've never...
Times is what I figured out. They've been the bridesmaid. Like 3 or 4 times across history, but never actually won one. So, good to see they got one.
Yeah, and it was Messi. Messi had never won one, obviously, and this was his. He's almost out. He will not be playing next year, so it's kind of a good farewell for him.
Isn't he?
Yeah, he's like our age, which in soccer is like dinosaur. I think he's 35.
That's not my age. That's younger than me, sir.
You know, we're in our 30s, so
I'm barely. So, good for them. Hey,
yeah.
Die Hard.
Before we get into Metacritic, have you seen the box art for Die Hard?
This one?
Bruce, that one. Does he not look like Mel Gibson?
A little bit.
It freaks me out. I'm like, why? I'm like,
Bruce
that is Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis as Mel Gibson as John McClane in Die Hard.
But yeah, they could play each other.
I thought I had a broken copy. I didn't realize DVDs could actually break in their, like, it looked like a good disc, but I loaded up my DVD program on my PC.
Yeah.
I could hear all audio except for spoken audio. Like, I could hear
that is wild.
The opening scene, I could hear the airplane, the tires squeal. I could hear them like rustle and stuff around, but every time they talk, there was nothing there. I'm like, what's going on? Is my DVD broken? Because I bought this used at Vintage Stock Monday, it was this Monday. And
I thought you had it. You just bought it.
I never had that one.
Oh.
And I'm like, what's going on? Is my copy bad? So I had to download a completely different program, load it up, worked perfectly. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Getting rid of that first program now, I guess. So
it wasn't it wasn't your DVD. It was the. You don't have a native program on your computer that runs DVDs?
No. Windows doesn't have one. You have to download it off the Microsoft Store.
That is insane. That is.
Did you know that the my Xbox One S over here is the same way? You can't just pop a DVD in it and it just play. You have to download the DVD Blu-ray drive.
I do remember that. I had to do that with mine. Yeah.
They don't come pre-installed in that because who uses an Xbox to watch movies? Just this guy.
Right.
I used to. I don't anymore, but.
Right. Same here.
So, great movie. I haven't seen this movie in forever.
And I have never seen it, and it is a fantastic movie.
Good movie.
I can see why everybody loves it.
Just
surprise for me, that famous Yippee-ki-yay line that is I always, because like I said, never seen it, but I've always heard it, and I always just pictured him saying it like as an explosion is coming out, and like he's blowing something up. But it was super subtle. It was just like yippee-ki-yay, and then just backs out. I'm like, not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting.
But that's his catchphrase in the entire, and he says that at least once in every movie.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah, that's his thing.
As he should. As he should.
So, How good did Alan Rickman look in this movie?
Yes, like
He looked
he's
so
alive.
in this movie. Rip.
But he sounded just like him. He didn't even have a German accent.
No, not much.
He just,
Was he German or
he just.
was he?
I thought he. I mean, his name was Hans Gruber. If that's not German, I don't know what is. But maybe he's just more civilized than his henchman because he did not. He was just Snape. Had that
Yeah, Snape.
author.
Featuring Snape as Hans Gruber.
Featuring Snape as Alan Rickman as Hans Gruber.
Yeah. Nobody played themselves. So Metacritic. 14 critics out of 100. Gotta remind you because it's out of 100.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. I always forget. I think they liked it. I'm gonna say 72.
You cheated. You looked at it ahead of time.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, 72.
Dang! Way to start off a season.
Yeah, there you go. 989 users out of 10.
8.9.
Not even close.
Dang.
You're riding a high there.
I know.
Your Dallas Cowboys. As soon as you get up, you get right back down. 5.5.
No way! The critics liked it more than the people. This was a fantastic movie.
It's a polarizing movie because I think a lot of people might give it a bad rap because everybody calls it a Christmas movie. Because it is the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
There are Christmas songs in it.
Yeah. What did you think about the limo driver? Was he not just like comedic relief that just really didn't need to be in the movie?
Absolutely pointless, but
had to be there.
Yeah.
Had to be there.
Yeah, they're like, this is getting too serious. Let's just do a flash of people going in the limo, and then flashback. Yeah, it's like explosions are happening behind him, and yeah.
So
it was pretty funny. Yeah, let's hear about this. Let's hear why these people said what they said.
So critics, we had 10 positive, 4 mixed, 0 negative. Users had 539 positive, 125 mixed, 325 negative.
Ooh.
Real Views gave it 100. Not only is it a thrill-a-minute ride, but it has one of the best film villains in recent memory. True. A hero everyone can relate to. I don't think so. Dialogue that crackles with wit and a lot of very impressive pyrotechnics. All right. The Guardian.
Speaking of the villain, how funny was it when he was pretending to be an American and he threw in that? Whoa, you're that guy! Please don't shoot me! You're one of them!
Oh yeah. Like he was like about to like cry.
Yeah,
I was confused. Like for a minute, I was like, "What? Wait, what's going on here? What's he doing?" So for a minute, I thought he wasn't messing around. I thought he was actually like being serious. He was actually scared. I'm like, "Wait, oh no, that's true acting right there."
Right.
So, The Guardian gave it 100. Only the hardest of hearts could fail to enjoy the great 80s action classic. Re-released for its 30th anniversary with uproarious explosions, deafening shootouts, and smart aleck taglines following the bad guys getting shot. Spoiler. So the Chicago Times gave it a 50. On a technical level, there's a lot to be said for Die Hard. It's when we get into some of the unnecessary dimdims, I don't know what that is, of the script that the movie shoots itself in the foot.
Okay.
Imagine having a acting role where you only wear shoes for the first 10 minutes.
Right.
Your wardrobe department is a pair of pants and a wife beater for like the first little bit. Then you're just wearing pants. So, that's what Metacritic has to say. What does Common Sense Media have to say?
So, Common Sense Media. We have, maybe you have had this person, Kelly Kessler. I don't know.
Doesn't sound
KK?
familiar.
I don't know. Says 4 out of 5 for 16 and older. Bruce Willis's breakout film has guns, violence, and stereotypes. Parents say 13 and older 4-star. Kids say 13 and older 5-star. Kids love this movie.
Yeah.
All right. So, let's go into some positive messages. Right in here. What do you think?
All of them. Just every last bit of it. 3.
You give it a 5.
Give it
A 3? 3? They say 1. It's that very clear distinction between good and bad, though extreme violence is used by both villains and the hero. So, that 1. What about the positive role models? How do you think old John McClane fared in this category?
I bet they only gave it a 1.
You are correct. So, cops are heroes. Stereotypes include foreigners, in this case German terrorists and Japanese capitalists, portrayed as villains. I didn't really think they portrayed the Japanese capitalist as a villain, but okay.
Yeah,
And speaking of, how about old that cop? Was it Carl Winslow from Family Matters?
I believe so. Yeah.
And I think he was a cop in Family Matters, so I'm wondering, like, hey, this is.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the film doesn't really interrogate the type of violence used by the film's hero. His role as savior for the innocent rationalizes his killings in the world of the film. So, and he tried not to kill. Like, even that one scene where the first guy was like, "You're not gonna kill me," and he's like, "How do you know?" He goes, "Because you're a cop, and cops have rules." He's like, "Oh yeah." So then he didn't kill him, and then the guy ended up falling and breaking his neck.
I mean, that happens.
And then,
when you fall
and then
downstairs with a person on your back.
Yeah, I mean, and then you learn that, hey, they're gonna kill me if I don't kill them. So,
Killer.
All right.
Killed.
So this is, I think you've seen this before. I've never seen it, but diverse representations has been flagged for concern with the triangle. No rating, but they're like, hey, you need to read this because this is concerning.
So there's a 4 out of 5, 5 out of. There's not a star rate, like a star rating for this.
No, it's red letters, triangle with an exclamation mark in it saying flag for concern. It says stereotypical portrayals of foreigners as baddies. For example, a German terrorist group, a Japanese CEO, Joe Takagi, coming to buy up American institutions. It's implied that Holly McClane leaves her American hero husband to work for a Japanese company, an act that destroys their family. McClane's one true friend during this ordeal is a black cop, played by Reginald VelJohnson, in a sympathetic portrayal. There are 2 other minor black characters. The film also uses other stock stereotypes like the Latina maid/nanny.
Digging. Really a reach.
That's
reaching for your digging.
All right, moving on. Violence and scariness.
I bet they gave this a 5. I'd have gave it like a 3.
They gave it a 4.
Well, they surprised me.
Multiple on-screen killings, graphic execution, graphic gunfights, main characters and villains brandish guns without questioning the violence committed. Which, they're villains. You're not going to see a villain go, should I do this? I'm only doing this because I have to. No, they're villains.
This had that 80s too much blood feel to a lot of this stuff. Like,
and see, I didn't think there was a whole lot of blood.
Like when there was a gunshot, it just like a small, like you'd see it like hit the window.
Right, I guess that's true. Yeah, you did see a lot of splats on windows. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Sex, romance, and nudity. This was an interesting one.
Well, there was.
What do you think?
A little bit of nudity.
Mhm.
And it was like 80s nudity. It was just like, that's not needed.
Yeah, exactly. It was just there just so you could say, I got boobs in my movie.
That basically, there was when they first took the hostages, there was the couple in the office. And did you think it was funny when he came out of the elevator shaft into that maintenance area, and there was that poster, and he walked past, and you saw him go. Then he never stopped walking, but he like double taked that poster, and then just kept walking, and then there was no more after that. So.
Yeah, he was actually like that from the very beginning. He was always looking at women. Like, I thought that was going to be a thing going in with his wife. Like, once they started saying like they were having issues, I thought it was going to be because he was flirting around. Because there was the stewardess on the thing. He was just like kind of watching her because she was pretty, and then he gets out in the airport, and then sees that woman running, and he's just like watching her, and he's always watching. If there's a pretty woman, he's like, and like they made it a point for him to be like ogling them. And then it turns out their relationship issues had nothing to do with his infidelity. That it was just all her leaving to go work for this company and be a big person. It was so weird.
As much as you did. So, okay.
I don't know. It was weird. It was just unnecessary ogling that had nothing to do with the movie. They never said why, never said it was a thing, but they made it a very strong point. Even to the posters, he was always just ogling the posters.
So what did they give it?
What do you think they give it? Did you say?
I would say a 4. I would say like a 2 or a 3.
All right, so they said 3.
They gave it 3?
They said 3. Yeah. Said Randy partygoers and a repeated shot of a hanging poster that displays a naked woman.
Did it say repeated? Was it there more than once?
Yeah. He walked through that corridor twice throughout the movie. A couple are interrupted while having sex and are shown out of a room partially clothed. Nothing sensitive is shown. I don't know. I mean, is boobs not sensitive? I guess not. Said nothing sensitive is shown. But yeah, that's why. 3. Language.
4.
Yep. 4. Strong language throughout. Frequent use of F and its derivations. Mother effer, butt effed, plus D-head, darn, the S word, and a-hole.
Typical 80s.
Yep.
All of it. Smattered all over the place.
And I know it's not a huge difference in years, but this movie came out in 88, but it looked really good for an 88 movie. The special effects and everything, I would have thought this was made in the 90s. Had I not known it was in the 80s, I was super impressed with how it looked. It was very clean.
I would give it... God, I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say here. The movie only really was in that building. So you gotta think there probably wasn't that many like movie set. They didn't have to go like, but it was all the sets were just for that building, and probably could get, so the budget for location probably wasn't that high. So they were able to use more money for effects, maybe.
Probably, you're probably right.
Because it all happened in that building.
Yeah.
So there
were like 3 or 4 rooms, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they're just that they just reused. That makes sense.
So that
right.
I take it that's kind of how I see it.
Sure. Well, good job on them anyway.
Great movie.
Our favorite category: products and purchases.
Hershey's and other candy bars.
There were.
I did see.
What would you give it?
I'd have gave it like a 1 or a 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
they gave it a 1.
Okay. I said 1.
And they just said characters eat Twinkies, and that's it.
And they eat Twinkies?
I think it's that cop. And then remember, Bruce
Oh,
Willis
yeah.
starts choking and coughing, and the cop's like, "Hey man, are you all right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I just ate an old Twinkie. What's in this?" And then Winslow starts telling him like the ingredients. Yellow number 5.
Well, the one terrorist, when they posted up to shoot at the cops, he reached down and grabbed a Hershey's bar and was eating a Hershey bar.
Yeah, I noticed like that one guy who was hiding behind the desk like grabbed a bunch of snacks.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, yeah,
That guy. Yeah.
yeah. But that's all. Yeah,
All
there
right.
really wasn't much in this one. The convenience store scene was a bunch of stuff, but not really that made me want to go to a convenience store.
Right. All right. Drinking, drugs, and smoking.
Well, there was quite a bit of smoking, and they were drinking. I think they were wining it up in the party at the beginning.
Yeah.
So 3.
Don't forget about that guy who was.
Oh yeah.
At the beginning. Yeah.
Still.
They said 4.
Oh okay.
They didn't say anything about the smoking that was throughout the whole movie,
Throughout
and
the whole
they
movie?
even they emphasized like the German cigarettes and everything, but they just said party goers drink alcohol and use cocaine. 4 out of 5.
It was if you're not paying attention, you wouldn't have seen that.
Right.
Like they're like kids may not have even picked up on that if a child was watching, like even like a young teen might not even pick up that that's what he was doing. You got some. You forgot some. You missed some.
Yeah. All right. What parents need to know?
What is
Parents need to know that Die Hard is an iconic 1980s action movie starring Bruce Willis as a rogue cop who must save a building full of hostages shortly before Christmas. It's packed with extreme acts of violence by both villains and the hero, including a bloody execution, many on-screen killings, and point-blank murder. A hanging poster briefly displays female nudity. A couple is interrupted during that and shown out a door, partially naked, nothing sensitive is shown. Strong language includes the S word, the a-hole, and the frequent use of F. The film deals in stereotypical portrayals of foreigners, German terrorists, Japanese capitalists, and a Latina maid/nanny. A parent says this title has too much swearing, but gives it a 5 out of 5 for 13 and older. And they said, fine for tweens if you fast forward a couple parts. They said, and then they proceed to tell you. So I think this might be like a teenager, like telling other teenagers, here are the parts you need to watch. Because she says minute 23 with 30 seconds to 23 with 40 seconds. And again, roughly between minute 42 and 43, there's female nudity. If you could manage to skip those parts, I thought it was okay for my middle schooler. So I'm not a huge fan of all the F-bombs. Yeah. So they're gonna be like, "Hey, I'm just trying to see if." And here's another one from a parent 12 and older, 5 out of 5, that tells you exactly where to go. This is a great action movie. While it does have some excessive violence and language, I let our teen watch it without a lot of worry. However, there is a scene where a lady runs out topless around 22 minutes, and 2 more scenes around the 42-minute mark that show a poster with a topless woman. We easily just had him look away during these. The violence was a lot, but it was mostly short and sporadic. Nothing disturbing that couldn't be handled by a mature 12 to 13-year-old. They also use cuss words throughout the movie. This really doesn't bother us at all, but may others. There you go. So if you're interested, get that 22, 23-minute mark and 42, 43-minute mark and just skip those parts. Yeah. Don't use that as a reference to go see those parts, subscribers. We're watching. You're watching us watch. Yeah. What are we watching next week? Yes. Yeah, let's do it. Haven't seen it. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. After I watch the movie. But I gotta finish the Pokedex first. Yeah, let's call it. I gotta clean up and I gotta cook dinner. So let's. Oh, I've got a couple hours before that happens. So yeah, I gotta go get her. All right, peeps. I'll see you. Have fun with Willow. Willow.